welcome to the Northern Counties East League podcast. I'm Richard Watts. I'm now joined by League General Manager Matt Jones.
Hello and welcome back to the official Macron Northern Counties East League podcast. I'm Matt Jones, the League General Manager, and we've got a packed weekend to look back on. Thankfully, we only had one postponement on Friday and one on Saturday due to waterlogged pitches. We start under the lights on Friday, where Barton Town put on a commanding display, sweeping aside Sheffield with a 4-0 victory. Joel Shepherd needed less than a minute to make his mark, and he wasn't done there. He completed a superb hat-trick with goals on 75 and 87 minutes, while Craig King grabbed the other early one. A crowd of 216 watched Barton strengthen their position near the top of the Premier Division, while defeat sees Sheffield slip out of the playoff places. Also on Friday, Tadcaster Albion enjoyed a productive evening with a 2-0 win over Golker United. After a goalless first half, Miguel Casimir broke the deadlock on the hour, and Desmond Okoro sealed the points with a composed finish on 74 minutes. Saturday's action kicked off with a ruthless performance from league leaders Liversedge, who hit Albion Sports for 6 in a 6-1 triumph. Keelan Swales opened the scoring after just 6 minutes. George Green doubled the lead early in the second half, and further goals from Finn Donovan and Lewis Barlow kept the momentum going. James Clark added 2 late on, while Niall Heaton's 80th minute reply was all Albion Sports could muster. A crowd of 316 saw Liversedge maintain their 8-point lead at the top with 9 games to play. Campion were equally efficient on their travels, winning 3-0 at Bottisford Town. Paddy Sykes struck on the stroke of half-time. Shay Muirhead added another on 49 minutes, and Ewan Gregson made it 3 just moments later. Campion been in fantastic form since the turn of the year. Beverley Town continued their strong form with a 3-1 win at Frickley Athletic. Goals from McCordy Snellgrove and Matthew Plummer put them 2 up before the break. Charlie Clegg's 61st minute penalty gave Frickley hope, but Jack Humphrey's late strike ensured the points went back to Beverley. Horbury Town impressed with a 4-0 win over Eccleshill United, driven by a hat-trick from Ryan Makins. Samuel Keremi added another early in the second half. Knaresborough Town secured a tidy 2-0 home win against Handsworth, thanks to goals from Ben Gelder and Jack Lazenby. One of the day's most dramatic matches came at Penistone Church, who overturned a half-time deficit to beat Parkgate 3-2. Bradley Morton gave Parkgate the lead, but Lennon O'Grady levelled on 55 minutes. Jordan Codderai then put Church ahead. O'Grady struck again on 85 minutes, and although Owen Kelly responded almost immediately, Penistone held firm. At the bottom, Rossington Main produced a confident 3-0 win over Wombwell Town. Early goals from Myron Gibbons and Dylan Mantle set the tone, before Harry Mitchell added a third shortly after the restart. Wombwell are now 12 points from safety and winless in 20 league games, dating back to September. Pickering Town edged a tight contest at Thackley, where Suleiman Koulibaly's 62nd minute strike proved enough for a 1-0 away win. In Division 1, Armthorpe Welfare delivered one of the weekend's standout performances, beating Glasshout and Welfare 5-0. Harry Charlotte opened the scoring on 32 minutes. Joel Learmouth struck twice in the second half, and both Will Mendonca and Ryan Ellison added their names to the score sheet. Glasshoughton looked destined for relegation. 17 points from safety with 10 games left, and only 10 points earned all season. Harrogate Railway Athletic were 3-0 winners at Athersley Recreation. James Isles scored in the first minute and again in stoppage time, with Joseph Navier adding a 75th minute goal. Route 1 Rovers claimed a narrow 1-0 win at Brigtown thanks to Rhys Thompson's 39th minute finish. Clubthorne Colliery surged to a 4-0 victory over Ilkley Town after a goalless first half. Goals from James Simonite, Rhys Harrison, Harry Brown and Mark Newsham capped a dominant second half display. Crowell Colts edged a lively 3-2 encounter with Leeds UFCA. Kurt Robinson opened the scoring. Robert Guilfoyle struck twice, including a penalty. And although Leeds responded through Adam Jones and Omar Sanyang, they couldn't find an equaliser. Gould came from behind to beat Appleby Frodingham 3-1. Nathan Perk's early penalty was cancelled out by Kyle Simpson just before the break. but late goals from Harry Milner and Harry Wilson secured the win. The most dramatic scoreline of the weekend came at South Leeds, who overturned a 3-1 half-time deficit to defeat Louth Town 6-4. Akram Lazalia scored twice, with Warren Carr, Mark Ferguson, Harley Blankley and Ryan McKendry also on target. Louth had earlier led through Kieran Perry, Elliot Broughton, Adam Milson and Harvey Lidgard, but they were undone by a rampant second-half response. Wakefield impressed again with a 4-1 win over Selby Town in front of the weekend's biggest crowd of 331. Basil Zotos opened the scoring, Tom Hinton struck twice, and Bolton McQuedza added a fourth early in the second half. Ebenezer Ansah pulled one back for Selby on the stroke of half-time. Winterton Rangers rounded off the action with a 3-1 win over Maltby Main, courtesy of goals from Lewis Shillito, Oliver Nicholson and Ben McGregor. Sean Tye briefly reduced the deficit. And finally, as previously mentioned, two fixtures fell victim to the weather. Division 1 leaders Durham District's match at Nostell and Wersbridge Athletics game with Doncaster City, both postponed due to waterlogged pitches. That wraps up another action-packed weekend in the Macron Northern Counties East League. Plenty of goals, plenty of stories, and the promotion and relegation battles heating up. Looking at the coming weekend, and unusually, we have no Friday fixtures this week. On Saturday, there are 9 games in the Premier Division and 10 in Division 1. Full details of all the upcoming games can be found on our website at www.ncefl.org.uk. Whichever game you're going to watch, I hope you have an enjoyable time. I'll finish with a look at the current statistics. In the Premier Division, 984 goals have been scored so far at an average of 3.36 goals per game. We should pass the 1,000 goals mark this week in the Premier Division. In Division 1, that figure's already been smashed. We've had 1,298 goals at an average of 3.76 goals per game. In the Premier Division, the form side of Beverley Town, who have recorded 8 straight wins and are 15 games unbeaten, closely followed by Campion, who've won 6 straight games. As we mentioned previously, Wombwell have now gone 20 games without a win, last picking up 3 points way back on the 9th of September when they beat Bottisford Town 4-2. In Division 1, leaders Durham District and second place Wakefield have both won 7 games in a row. Durham also boast the best attack, the best defence and the most clean sheets and have led the table for most of the season. Wakefield themselves have the longest unbeaten run, which is currently 15 games. Bottom of the table, Glasshoughton now 20 games without a win, dating back to mid-September.
Blast from the past, 1994-95 season. Premier Division top 5, first Lincoln United, second Arnold Town, third Stocksbridge Park Steels, fourth Belper Town, fifth Ashfield United. Bottom 3, bottom Pontefract Collieries, second bottom Liversedge, third bottom Sheffield. Division 1 top 3, first Hatfield Main, second Worsbridge Miners Welfare, third Selby Town. Bottom were Broadsworth Welfare. League Cup was won by Stocksbridge Park Steels. In the FA Cup, Lincoln United made the third qualifying round, and in the FA Vars, Belper Town were semi-finalists. Next up, NCEL Talk. I'll hand straight over to host Aaron Walton.
Hello, everybody, and as usual, I'm joined by the gang. So we've got Bob, Richard, Jordan and Si, and myself, Aaron. So we've got the full team in tonight, raring and ready to go, because we've got a lot to talk about. As per usual, it started on a Friday night. However, due to the inclement weather, we decided not to have a podcast last week. So we all decided we could run through the games that took place a couple of weeks ago now. So it'll be a bit higgledy-piggledy for the listeners, but you'll get the gist of it. So if we go right back, and Richard, you'll remember this one. So Friday the 13th, was it a horror show for the Pikes of Pickering Town who entertained Barton Town? Richard, can you remember the game?
I know one of the most frustrating nights you could experience, I think. I mean, two well taken goals by Koulibaly, excellent striker, took both these goals well. Great Barton goal from Tom Warby. And then Barton just battered them, didn't they, in the second half, but couldn't make a breakthrough. Yeah.
Other than that, Barton came away with no points. So
Yeah.
now, Si, did Wakefield play as well on the Friday night?
We did, yeah. Although if you ask the fans that were there, we'd say we played for 45 minutes because we switched off a bit in the second half. We got a 3-0 lead at half time with goals from Bolton McQuedza, Akil Francis, and Tom Hinton, and came out with a second half playing like we were 3-0 up. We have this thing sometimes where I don't know if it makes sense to you guys, but when you play as though you're 3-0 up and it has that sort of, you're almost too comfy. When you're 0-0 or 1-0, you're still chasing the ball a lot, but then they kind of drifted off a little bit. Brawl managed to pull 2 goals back. Second one coming like on 90 minutes. Didn't give them enough time for an equaliser, thankfully for us. But yeah, a bit of a wake up call for them really to make sure that we're taking it for the full 90 minutes in future.
Yeah, the intensity seems to go, doesn't it, when you're 3-0 up? It tends to there's not that intensity there, so it lulls you into a false sense of security.
Natural though when it's a long season as well.
Yeah. Oh God,
we've got plenty of games still to go, so you need to kind of conserve that energy a bit.
Absolutely. So another win for you. What's your unbeaten run up to now, Wakey?
Well, by the time we come to the rest of the results, we don't want to do any spoilers for you, but yeah, it's up to 16 now from memory.
Wow, that's some run that. Well done to Wakey. So Saturday, from the 14th. So 3 games in the Prem and 4 in Division 1. Could Horbury maintain their super form after shellacking Barton Town at the Marsh Lane ground 4-0? Facing a real toughie away at second place Beverley Town. Jordan, I don't think you went to that one, did you?
No, I didn't go. The short answer to that is no, given that it got beat 1-0. By all accounts, the performance was pretty similar to against you guys, just without putting the ball in the back of the net. I think it was Taylor 2 halves, and then the Lucas Suit, I can't pronounce his last name. That's the one. Came off the suspension, a bit of a nothing goal looking back on it. A point would have been really good, but I think we spoke about it afterwards. Given we got 3 points out of you and Beverley, it's probably what we overachieved really, given the league positions. So it's not too bad getting beat. Obviously Beverley promotion hopeful, so can't really complain too much. But again, that's the 11th time this season now we've only got beat by the 1 goal. So fine margins,
definitely. But I'll tell you what, we were mightily impressed with you at Barton Town, I must admit. I know Barton didn't quite hit the bootstraps, but Horbury wouldn't let them because they played so well. So you missed a really good game there, but never mind. Good win. So
just remind me, Aaron and Richard. Didn't I pick Horbury as the team of the week that week at that Fort broadcast 2 weeks ago?
No, you picked your own team, Bob.
No, I'm sure I picked Horbury.
No, you did pick Horbury, I'll be honest.
I did, yeah.
You did pick Horbury, yeah.
What's a great result to go to Beverley and win 4-0. Mike, that's about
no, Barton, yeah.
Yeah.
Better if they went to Beverley and won 4-0, I know. But
all begins with B's.
Yes, there's too many B's. So let's go on to Handsworth. Lost out to what I think are a really inconsistent Frickley Athletic team, and that's inconsistent. That's meant in a frustrating way because they seem to do well and then they lose and then they win and then they lose. So, but they had a real good, didn't they? They had a real good win, 2-1, and that's a real result for Frickley to go to Oliver's Mount and beat Handsworth 2-1. That's a really good result, I think, for Frickley. And finally, in the Prem, league leaders Liversidge put 4 past Penistone, Donovan, Woollerton, Brown, and George Green again for Liversidge, and a penalty from Nathan Keatley for Penistone. So another good win for the unstoppable Liversedge. Into Division 1 then. Obviously, Wakefield played on the Friday night. Durnan District put South Leeds to the sword 3-1, cementing the dominance at the top of Division 1. Brigtown uncharacteristically slipped up away at Ilkley Town, didn't they? 3-1. The Battle of the 4G pitches there. Route 1 Rovers also slipped up against an inform Armthorpe, who are having a really good season, 3-1. And Wasborough just got past a gutsy Selby Town team, 3-2. Ben Pike settling in the 83rd minute for the Briggers. I think his dad Frank will be real happy with him. So that was excellent from Wasborough. And then we go into midweek, don't we? I'm hoping you're keeping me in check, Bob, because I will get something wrong along the way. I think I write these with my eyes closed. Midweek, massive shout out to Louth Town. And Richard will back me up on this one. Travelling down to Grantham to play Harrowby United in the Lincolnshire Senior Trophy and beating them 2-0 and into a final. Now, that's good, isn't it, Richard? Because I think Harrowby are a level above, aren't they?
Yeah, it's good performance. Yeah, they are. Yeah.
So,
they look a reasonable side.
Harrowby, there was, weren't they? Yeah. The pitch, I saw some images and the pitch didn't look brilliant, but it didn't look brilliant when we played them, did they? But the spoils for that then, Louth Town are playing Grantham. Is it Grantham? Grantham Town? Grantham United?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I believe it's at the Jakemans, which is Boston United's ground. So that's a nice little trophy for and final for Louth Town to play. And well done, Louth Town. And I might go and have a watch of that. I must be supporting Louth. I think one of our old boys plays from Richard Elliott Broughton. So
does he? Yeah.
Yes. So I might go and have a watch of that. Knaresborough and Pickering, floodlight failure, 85 minutes. Will it be replayed, gentlemen? That's what I want to say. Or will it stay at whatever it was? I think it was 2-0 to Knaresborough, wasn't it?
2-1.
2-1. Yeah. There you go, Bob. I knew I'd make a mistake sooner or later. Do we know the rules on that? Does it stay as that, or do they have to replay it?
I think they'll have to replay it because there was still 5 minutes plus extra time. So there was time for Pickering to get an equaliser, wasn't there? So.
Well, considering how many late goals there's been in the season, yeah, definitely. So, yeah.
But if they're nowhere near the playoffs, then they might say, no, let the results stand. We'll have to see if it affects the league tables as you get towards the end of the season.
Well, I know Pickering are up there, aren't they? So yeah, it might do. And Tadcaster, they kept the pressure on, didn't they? Up at the top, they beat Rossington 2-0. So that was in midweek. Division 1, Crowell lost out to Wasborough at Windsor Park 3-1. Another hat-trick again for that young boy, Ben Pike. Oh, young Pikey. So he scored some goals. Well done, Ben. As I say, your dad Frank will be real chuffed with you. Basement battle and a 6-goal thriller and heartbreak for Glasshoughton. 3-2 up against Nostell. Cooper Hall levelled it on 90 minutes, didn't he, for Nostell 3-3. Poor Glasshoughton can't get a break, can they?
No. I was just looking on beforehand. Glasshoughton have gone 20 games without a win. So it is an outbreak from isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Wednesday, Campion, the form team, along with Beverley Town, 6 games won in a row, took on Wombwell, no win in 20, and the writing was on the wall. 5-0 to Campion. Jack Normanton scored 2. Paddy Sykes, Whittingham, and a Gregson penalty secured it for Campion. So they really are turning the screw, Campion now. And Division 1, the Leeds Derby, South Leeds 2, Leeds University Football Association 5. And Junyard Cassius-Gill with 2, Sanyang, Gonzalez and Rowley. So that was a good win for Leeds University.
But did you see at half-time, South Leeds were 1-0 up? So what the manager of Leeds said to their team actually worked. Let's go run out 5-2 winners in second half.
He probably said you're not getting paid.
Very so.
And then we go on to Friday. Well, Friday, as a football Friday night's football night, we saw Barton Town take on Sheffield FC for the first time at the Marsh Lane ground in a top of the table clash. With Tadcaster playing 2 against a tricky Golker, both the Swans and Sheffield needed a win. Richard, what did you think to the game?
Yeah, very good game. I would say it's Barton's best performance of the season. It was good against Sheffield as they were bad against Horbury.
Yes,
very good hat-trick from Joel Shepherd, and yeah, really good performance.
And a goal scored within.
Sheffield never got a look in, did they?
They didn't. They never got going, did they? And the quickest goal I've ever seen, probably 11 or 12 seconds, I think.
Yeah.
I've not even got my pen out my pocket. So well done to Barton, good win that. And as we said, Tadcaster, they were playing Golker, and they're up there, and they won 2-0 with 2 latest goals, Kisama and Okoro for the Albion. So Tadcaster keeping up the pressure. So I think that's all the sort of games that we missed out last week. So we go on to Saturday, don't we? Business as usual for Liversidge away at Albion, 6-1 to the Sedge. Albion's biggest crowd, did you see that, Bob? I know you like your crowd.
Yeah.
316.
316, yeah, 316. Obviously, a lot from Liversidge there, I would imagine.
I would say probably 300.
I couldn't possibly comment.
I couldn't possibly comment, but I think the people behind Albion will be rubbing their hands with a good crowd like that. So well done.
Mm-hmm.
So always a good place to go. Anyway, Bottisford, they lost out to the informed Campion again. So Campion on such a good run. The usual suspects on the score sheet: Sykes, Muirhead, and Gregson. So they keep popping them in for Campion, and I think they look shoehorned in for a place, don't they, in the playoffs?
Yeah.
But Beverley Town, they put 3 past Frickley at the Wesley, Snellgrove, Plummer, and Humphreys for the Beavers, and Charlie Clegg for Frickley. Who again, I mean, they come off that real good result against Handsworth, and then they lose against Beverley, but Beverley are up there, one of the form teams. And now we go on to Jordan. Horbury.
The one I've actually seen and I can comment on.
Yes.
Yeah, very good performance. To be fair, Eccleshill weren't the greatest. But if you look at the timings of the goals, I don't think we could have scored any more timely goals for the first 3. So we scored early doors, 2nd minute. Scored in the 43rd minute, so you go in 2-0 up, and then the team top for Eccleshill will be get the next goal. However, they conceded it within a couple of minutes of the second half as well, which kind of put the game to bed. And then we scored late on as well. Young Ryan Makins, who is ex-Gainsborough, Trinity and Lincoln United, I think. We've somehow managed to get him up here. He lives in Retford, so no idea why the lad wants to travel out there to Aubrey, but nevertheless, he got his hat-trick. We gave him the opportunity to get that from the penalty spot. I've probably not seen a more worse penalty in all my time. But he somehow managed to roll underneath the keeper and into the back of the net. Safe to say he won't be on the next one, even though it did go in. But yeah, a good win against a team that we've now been able to drag into a relegation battle. I think there's about 8 or 9 teams that can still go down at this stage, which is quite rare.
Very rare, yeah. So that was a real good win for Horbury. Knaresborough, they dented Handsworth's promotion credentials with a 2-0 win. Ben Gelder and Lazenby scoring. Penistone, they got a much-needed win at the Memorial Ground against Parkgate 3-2. And Rossington got a vital win over Wombwell Town 3-0. So easing their relegation worries a little bit. Pickering Town keep up the great form of late, beating Thackley at the Dennyfield 1-0, and it's Richard's favourite player, Koulibaly again. So he's on the score sheet. Don't let him in the box. He's the fox in the box, that man. So into Division 1 then, with Leadersden and District not playing, how would the teams below fare? Well, it's Wakefield first, and we'll go to Si. Did you go to the game, Si?
Yeah, I went to that one. Selby Town, the opponents, and the opposing manager for the first time in our history. A little landmark, this one. First time we faced a former manager.
Oh, right.
Steve Bodle, who started the season with us, is now at Selby, of course. So that was a it was like a little first for us. And again, got well into an early 3-0 lead. Baz Zotos with a great volleyed finish from Owen Thomas's cross, giving us the lead, and 2 well-finished goals from Tom Hinton, making us 3-0. But we didn't carry it to half-time this time. Selby pulled one back just on the stroke of half-time to kind of give them, like Jordan was saying, I think that sort of probably give them a bit of an easier team talk, where it's like if they get one more early in the second half, they can make a game of it. And we did exactly the same as Horbury, scored 5 minutes into the second half to go 4-1 up and controlled the game from there. Thought that was going to be quite a test, that one, so I was very happy to come away with a 4-1 win, because you always think a former manager's really going to want to put on a performance against their old club, but now we kept them relatively under control.
Another 3 points for Wakey.
Another tick.
Brigtown, they lost to Route 1 Rovers 1-0 in quite a sort of feisty game. There's a lot of commotion about some of the fans, should we say, at Brig. They are quite. Some of them are quite vociferous, but we'll leave it at that. And Route 1 Rovers came away with a 1-0 win. Harrogate Rail, they beat Athersley at Shearing Park 3-0 to keep up the pressure. Was it Jimmy Isles getting a couple, Bob?
Yeah, he made his debut for them and scored in the first and last minute. So a dream debut for him.
Definitely. Armthorpe, they beat Glasshoughton 5-0. Clubthorne Colliery beat Ilkley 4-0. South Leeds beat Louth Town in a 10-goal thriller, 6-4 to South Leeds, after being 3-1 down at half-time. So this manager, he must give some super team talks at half-time.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
absolutely.
Have they got one, or is it a caretaker manager? Because obviously it was Tom Clace who left on that, but the last time we did an episode.
Yeah, it was.
So I don't know who's in charge there now.
I think the chairman and stroke manager, isn't he? With the assistant from
Right.
the senior players, I believe.
Giving the job full time, he's doing all right, isn't he?
Doing very good, yeah. So that was good for South Leeds. And let's go to Bob. You've waited patiently. You've a smile on your face. Pray tell, what happened?
Well, after the previous 3 games, which we lost, conceded no goals and conceded 13, it was great to get back to winning ways. And it was Nathan Perks, after 8 minutes, he was brought down in the penalty box and he put the penalty away to make it 1-0. So Appleby came back at us, and they played well in Appleby, and they got a deserved equaliser because with in the 42nd minute through Carl Simpson, so 1-1, even Stevens really. Then the second half, it looked like it was going to finish 1-1. Then Harry Milner, new signing Harry Milner, on the wing, came in from the wing, shot past the keeper, made it 2-1. And then Harry Wilson, the other Harry Wilson scored in the 90th. It was a breakaway goal because Appleby were pressing for an equaliser to make it 3-1. So a good win, and the crowd went home happy because our home form is not the best. So it's nice to see a win for a change.
Excellent. So he all went away happy and go get the 3 points.
Yeah. Well, nice to see a score as well, to be honest, after 3 games.
Yeah.
Firing blanks,
Yeah. Hey, we're not supposed to mention that in this game. So, moving on swiftly, Crowell Colts, they beat Leeds University 3-2. And Winterton needed an absolute miracle, and they got one. They beat Maltby Main 3-1, lifting them out of the bottom 3 at that particular time. So Robbie Starr will be chuffed to bits with that. A good win for Winterton. Maltby have not been too good on the travels, have they? Just lately, I saw them at Brig, and they weren't particularly good in the first half. Better in the second half, but there you go. Anyway, moving on, a very busy midweek. Saw an extraordinary game at the Myra Shea, where Albion Sports shared 10 goals with Rossington. Now, there were 5-3 down Rossington with the help of a Myron Gibbons hat-trick, but they got it back to 5-5, didn't they? So, brilliant game. But made all the more remarkable as Rossington's keeper, Jonathan Hedge, went off injured on 38 minutes, didn't he? And he had to be replaced by George Noble. So I think I've got that correct. So well done, George. So a real good point for Rossington there. Barton Town, they entertained Campion, so it was 4th against 3rd. And unfortunately, I missed it because I was working. And it was the visitors who were victors. Now, you were there, Richard, weren't you? What did you make of that one?
Yeah, well, another early goal. This time it was Campion who got it. And I would say they were the better side in the first half. I thought the pitch was very sticky, and I thought Campion played it better, getting the ball forward quicker. And there would have been, and 1-0 at half time, I would have said it would have been a fair result, but Campion did even better, and on the stroke at half time got a second. Make it 2-0 at half time. It was adjudged to be onside. We won't say any more about that.
Oh, I've heard all about that. Yeah.
Second half. I mean, Campion. I was impressed with Campion. They looked a good side. I think this was their 7th straight win, and you can see why. Barton battled back well in the second half. Got a goal 15 minutes from the end, and then absolutely threw the kitchen sink at Campion, but they kept everything out, and it's a fantastic 3 points for them. And yeah, I think with Beverley Town, they're absolutely nailed on for the playoffs.
So that's what I feel. Yeah, it's Liversidge for promotion,
I think so.
And then I think you've got Beverley and Campion if they don't slip up, and then it's probably the next 2 from 4 or 5. I would have thought.
Yeah, maybe I think so.
Maybe even 6. So that was Barton Town. Parkgate got back to winning ways, didn't they? 2-0. Was it Frickley they were playing? I think it was.
That's right, Frickley, yeah.
Galkey United put Bottisford Town to bed with a 4-1 win. And Woolwell Town nearly secured a point at home against Sackley, only to be denied by a Hascorgi last-minute winner. I mean, I don't want to say too much because we're playing Woolwell on Saturday, but they don't seem to. I think they can't buy any luck, can they, at the moment? But they are playing us on Saturday, and we don't tend to fare very well with teams down at the bottom, but you never know. So Division 1, a massive 6-pointer at Brumby Hall, Appleby Frodingham against Winton, so another Lincolnshire derby. And it was Appleby Frodingham who beat the Rangers 2-0. Nathan Jarman again, he knows where the net is, and Luke Bullimont. So could Athersley Rec get a result and pull out of the bottom 3? Well, they were playing Route 1 Rovers, so it was a tough game and a very tall order. However, what a performance from the Penguins. A 4-3 win. And that pulls Athersley out the bottom 3, doesn't it? And puts Winton Rangers back in. So although it's really good at the top, it's looking a bit of a battle at the bottom as well, isn't it? So well done to Athersley Rec. Wakefield, you were away at Clubthorne Colliery. Did you go, Si? I'm sure you did.
I did. Yeah, rounds off a nice hat trick of wins for us this week, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Again, expected a battle in this one. You know, they've been on form lately. I think they won something like 6 out of the last 7. With the games in hand, could still be looking at a playoff spot if they can pull the points back. Same story with the other 3 games. 3 early goals, all in the first half, to kind of get control of the game. One of them a really nice chip over the advancing keeper from Tom Hinton for his second. He could have had a hat trick, which we're not going to let him forget, because we got a penalty as well, with a chance to go 4-0 with a hat trick for him, and he skied it over the bar. So I'm not letting him forget that one. But then we managed to get a cherry on the cake at the end with Ellesmerville getting the 80th minute goal, which secured a 4-0 result for us. So in the last 5 games, we've scored 3 or more as well, which has been good.
So you're knocking some goals in. That's good for Wakefield, cementing that. They're still putting the pressure on Durnan District. You never know. You never know.
That's it. We've always said on this podcast, haven't we, when we've been discussing these situations, rather have points in the bag than games in hand. It'd be good if we could be sort of like visually in front of them to put that bit of pressure on. But 3 points behind, you never know. You know, it's football; anything can happen. We just got to keep focusing on what we do, and
Yeah,
Dern's position is in their hands, not ours.
exactly. Just keep winning. That's all you got to do. It sounds easy, doesn't it? Really?
Sounds simple when you say it like that. Yeah.
Isn't it just? Moving on, Leeds University back to winning ways with a 4-0 win over Nostell. So Nostell still struggling down there at the bottom. Let's move on to Wednesday. Wednesday saw a very entertaining 3-3 game at the Memorial Ground. Penistone playing Knaresborough, two sort of mid-table-ish teams, but playing well. Penistone, I think they're having a bit of a transition season this season, Penistone. But they still play some good football. And in Division 1, it was the big derby day, wasn't it? Doncaster City versus Armthorpe. Local derby, 221 there. Who won? Was it Doncaster City?
Doncaster win 1-0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the tenants beat the landlords, didn't they?
Tenants beat the landlords. Yes. And
Which is, that was actually the same as well. Going back to the previous night, Leeds Uni against Nostell. Of course, that was the Crofton derby. Because that was also the tenants beating the landlords.
It was.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. They'll be putting the rents up.
oh, yeah, definitely. And Maltby, they got a much needed 1-0 win, but I've completely forgotten who they were playing.
Louth.
Louth. And I built Louth up. I built Louth Town up, and they're going to let me down. Come on, the White Wolves. 1-0 to Maltby, but they needed that win, didn't they, Maltby? So if we go, I'll tell you what we'll do before we do our team of the weeks. We'll just have a quick look at the tables, because we haven't looked at the tables for a while, have we? We'll go in Div 1. As we said, top Dernan District, 32 games, 80 points. Wakefield, 34 games and 77 points, so only 3 points behind. But like Si was saying, just a couple, Dernan District, a couple of games in hand, but they've got to play them, and we'd like to have the points on the board, really. Wasborough in third, 32 and 70. Harrogate Railway Athletic, 30 games, 65 points, so they've got some games in hand. Brigtown slipped up a little bit just lately, 34 games, 62 points. Leeds University, 31 and 56. Clubthorne Colliery, 30 and 51. Armthorpe, 29 and 50. And Route 1 Rovers, 30 and 47. Down at the bottom, this is where it looks interesting as well. I think Glasshoughton have been cut adrift, 32 games, 10 points. Nostell, 33, 24. Winterton Rangers, 33 and 27. Athersley Rec, 32 and 30. And Ilkley Town have sort of dropped down a bit, haven't they? 34 and 33. So it's tight down at the bottom. In the Prem, at the top, as they've been atop most of the season, Liversedge, 29 games, 71 points. Second, Beverley, 30 games, 63 points. Campion, another team on a really good run, 31 games, 56 points. And then we've got 3 teams, all on 51 points. Barton Town and Tadcaster both played 30 games, and Handsworth have played that one extra game, 31 games. And then we've got Sheffield, who've got games in hand, 27 games, 49 points. And Pickering, 29 games and 47 points. So it's very tight for those last 2 places in the playoffs. Down at the bottom of Wombwell, 28 and 16. Rossington, 28-28. Albion Sports, 31 and 29. Horbury, 30 and 31. And Eccleshill, 29 and 32. So again, it's still very tight down at the bottom, and there's other teams that could sort of come into the mix there as well. So have we got time for our team of the week?
Just about.
Yeah.
Just about. Richard, your team of the week then?
I'll probably go for Wakefield with their convincing run of victories.
Yeah, so you're going to go. Yeah. Jordan?
Campion for me.
Campion for you. Good choice.
Fire.
They are flying, aren't they? Bob?
Yeah, well, I'm going to go with Richard's choice. Wakefield, two good wins. Both 4-0, I believe. No, 4-1 was so, but a good win on to go to Club Thorn and win 4-0. Not an easy place to go. So yeah,
Then
and
is it?
they're only 3 points behind Dern now. So Dern's looking over the shoulders.
Yes. And Si, who's your team of the week?
It's not good form to go for your own team, and my only other team I was looking at was Campion, the same as Jordan, so I'll go with them.
Yeah, and well, I was going to go with either one or two of them, but I shall go with Wakefield because they seem to have got such a good run going, haven't they? Even though Campion have, but yeah, Wakefield for me as well. So, have we got much time left to go over the games over the weekend?
Yeah, we've got 5 minutes. Yeah.
Oh, we've got 5 minutes then. Oh, that's good. Right, Roberts. Games over the weekend. Who we got on Friday nights? Anybody?
No, there's no games Friday night. So we start
Well,
Saturday.
Saturday.
In the Premier Division, we've got Campion at home to Thackley, Frickley at home to Eccleshill, Goldcart at home to Albion, Parkgate at home to Jordan's Horbury, Pickering at home to Liversedge, Rossington at home to Knaresborough, Sheffield at home to Beverley, Tadcaster at home to Penistone Church, and then Woolmwell at home to Barton Town. And Division 1, we've got Appleby Frod at home to Cruel, Durnan District up to Assersley, Doncaster City at home to South Leeds, Glasshampton at home to Brig, Harrogate home to Armthorpe, Ilkley home to Winterton, Leeds UFCA home to Selby, Louth home to Nostell, Morpeth home to my team Goole, and Route 1 Rovers home to Club Thorn.
Oh, any standout ones there for you guys?
So look.
The one that interests me the most is
Winterton and Ilkley at the
Albion.
bottom of Division 1.
Who is it? Ilkley and who?
Winterton.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Jordan, which one was you fancying?
So Golka and Albion, that's the most interesting one for us.
Well, yeah, definitely. What would suit you? A draw?
Probably a Golka win because they've got a few games in hand still. So if they keep picking up points in those, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We went to go watch Golka as well on Tuesday, and they look very good. I think there'll be no trouble them avoiding the drop.
Yeah, I think so. They are a good team when they're on form. They're very, very good. So, Si, any for you that stand out?
Obviously, the one that I'm looking most at is Durnan District Athersley, because it could do with a favour in that one. And elsewhere, Harrogate play Armthorpe, which could be quite a test, because Armthorpe, again, another team that have enough points with games in hand that they could make the playoffs, so they'll be up for that one.
Definitely. There's still a lot to play for teams, isn't there? Whether they're at the top or whether they're at the bottom, it's still all to play for in both divisions. So it's quite good. Who's still left in the League Cup?
Rosington are one of them.
Yeah.
Route 1 Rovers are another.
That's right.
Campion.
Is Campion and is Liversedge, or are they out?
Yeah, it's Liversedge, I think.
Yeah. I think it's Liversedge. So still some good teams in that. I'd like to see Route 1 get to the final, I must admit, just for something. See if Zach Khan can get over his 60-plus goals. I think he's got about 56 now.
Something like that. They got a lot of goals.
He's not been on the score sheet just lately, though, has he?
No, I don't think he scored it last 2 games. Surprisingly,
he's on 56.
I was just looking myself. Yeah.
And he's had a goal drought of 2 games.
He'll probably get a hat-trick this weekend now.
I was just thinking that, Bob. Yeah, he'll probably score a hat-trick now we've said that. But so that's looking good for the semi-final. I don't know where the semi-finals are because we're getting a bit of a fixture backlog now, aren't we?
I was just looking, 7th of April is Liversedge Campion, and the other one is
14th
with Rossington Route 1, yeah.
Rossington and Route 1. I might have a trip down to Rossington to watch that one. So that should be, if I'm off, that should be a good game. And do we know where the final is?
I think the final.
2nd of May, Richard.
I think it's something like that.
Yeah, I better book some time off, I think. We'll be there. Is it at Scunthorpe again?
Yeah, I was just asked that. Oh, it is, yeah.
It is.
That's
Yeah.
in the Attis Arena. So I think we'll hopefully be there commentating, Richard, I hope.
Yeah. Plan to. Yeah.
So again, we've done a few finals now, haven't we?
We have. Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty good. We've seen some finals. I think whoever gets in that'll be pretty good. That one. Do we think Liversidge might do the double?
They've got every chance, haven't they? Really, you know, it's somebody up to stop them, but they've got a really good chance, I would imagine.
They just seem to have turned another gear now, don't they? And they seem to have been motoring away with that first place. For me, anyway, I think.
Yeah. Have you got a quick time to look at the midweek games next week before we go?
Go on then, Bob, because he'll already cut you off.
Yeah. Well, we've got Barton at home to Penistone next Tuesday.
Yeah,
Beverley home to Handsworth. As John said, Horbury home to Golcar. Lewis said home to Frickley. Sheffield home to Knaresborough. Wombwell home to Albion. Div 1. Armthorpe home to Route 1. Athersley, needing the points at home to Leeds University. Clubthorne home to Doncaster. Harrogate Railway home to Glasshoughton. Tough ask for Glasshoughton. Louth at home to Durham District, so Si will be looking for that result. Selby home to Brig. Then on the Wednesday night, we've got Ecclesville home to Rossington. Thackley home to Taddy. In Division 1, South Leeds at home to Maltby. And then Winterton, we're looking for 3 points at home against Cruel. So that's a big game for Winterton, isn't it? Because they're in 20th spot, so they'll be wanting the points, won't they? Especially the home games.
Yeah, that's one I wanted to go to, but I think I'm working for that one. So I would like to have gone to West Street to watch Winton. But the Tuesday night, there's some real crackers on Tuesday night. I think there's better games in midweek than there is on the Saturday.
Yeah, I think a lot. Yeah, with the wet weather, there's been a lot of rearranged games, haven't there, this time of year? You know, to catch up.
Definitely, and I think it's going to rain again tonight. So I hope Wombwell's pitch is dried out a bit.
That's it for this edition. If you've got any news for the podcast or you'd like to appear on the podcast, please email ncelpodcast@gmail.com. Thanks for listening.